Yo, it's Yerk, and today I made a nuke in Fortnite Creative. I don't know about you, but I am having so much fun playing around with the Sky Dome and the VFX device, and just finding all kinds of cool things that we couldn't do before. This nuke is inspired by the Call of Duty tactical nuke Killstreak, and I think I did a pretty good job at recreating it, but you'll have to let me know down in the comments. Of course, I'm going to show you guys how you guys can make your own nuke in your own creative maps, and we'll hop right into that after you guys drop a nuke on the like button. It only takes a second, and it really helps me out a lot, but let's hop right into how I made this nuke in Fortnite Creative. The first thing I did was grab out this objective device. After resizing it a bit and rotating it so it's sideways, we're just gonna open up the settings, and we wanna set visible in game to no, and we wanna set turn on visibility when receiving from channel 1, and turn off visibility when receiving from channel 2. Then we're going to need to search up the Meteor particles gallery, and we just want to grab out this piece right here. We're going to rotate it, and we're going to stick it right behind our objective device, and just like the objective device, we're going to set enable during phase to none, enable on channel 1, and disable on channel 2. Then we're going to copy the particle and our objective device, and we're going to just move up into the sky, place them down, and then we're going to drop down a little bit like the nuke would be falling onto our map, and we're going to paste them down again. Open up the settings and just add one in both devices. Then we're going to copy and paste them one more time, but this time we're going to be a lot closer to the ground, and again just add one to both channel settings. So it should be enable on 3 and disable on 4. Now that we have that out of the way, we're going to grab out the big smoke particle from the Meteor particles gallery. We want to rotate it so it's facing like straight up, and we want to place it down underneath our map. Open up the settings and again set enable during phase to none, and this particle we're going to set enable when receiving from channel 3 and disable when receiving from channel 6. I'll get into why later. But now we're going to copy that same particle, and we're going to fly up towards the top of it. From here, we just want to do like the circle trick, or just rotate it a little bit so the particle goes all the way around to kind of make that mushroom cloud kind of look. Then for all of these particles up here, we're just going to set enable when receiving from channel 4 and disable when receiving from channel 7. I know particles can be tricky to build with, but don't worry, we're all done with those. Now we just want to set up a sequencer, and inside this sequencer, we're going to need 7 triggers, one from channel 1 all the way up to channel 7. Once you have that set up, you can go back into the sequencer and set the tempo to something around 30. Then we're going to place down the VFX spawner device. We're going to change the effect to embers, and then we want to set looped spawn rate to fastest. We also want to set enable during phase to none, and we're going to set the sound effect to charge. Lastly, we're going to set enable when receiving from channel 1. Now, copy and paste the VFX spawner and place it down next to the channel 2 trigger, and all we're going to change is the sound effect to projectile and enable on channel 2. Again, copy and paste the VFX spawner, this time putting it next to the channel 3 trigger, and change the effect to concert rain, and we're also going to change the sound effect to explosion 2. And of course, set enable on channel 3. Channel 3 is going to be when the big explosion happens, so we're actually going to do 2 VFX spawner devices for this trigger. This time, all we're changing is going to be the sound effect to whoosh, and we're going to leave it enabled on channel 3. Go ahead and copy and paste it again next to the channel 4 trigger, and change the sound effect to electric blast, and then set enable on channel 4. Copy and paste it again next to the channel 5 trigger, and this time we're just going to change the sound effect to explosion 2 and enable when receiving from channel 5. Do this 2 more times and only change the enable when setting to channel 6 and channel 7 and leave it at explosion 2 for the sound effect. Now bear with me guys, we are almost done, I promise. We just got to get a couple of sky domes. We don't want to change the sky until the nuke actually goes off, so we're going to start at channel 3 for the sky dome. Place down the first sky dome, and we're just going to set everything to orange, and then we want to set enable when receiving from channel 3 and disable when receiving from channel 4. Copy and paste the sky dome again next to the next trigger, which is going to be the channel 4 trigger, and we're just going to change the top 2 colors to red. We want to add 40% fog density, and of course add 1 to both enable and disable when settings to make it enable on 4 and disable on 5. Just a few more. Copy and paste again. This time we're going to leave all the colors, and we're just going to set the light intensity to 60% and the horizon fog to 70%. Then add 1 to both the enable when and disable when settings, so it should be enable on 5 and disable on 6. Now for the very last device, we're going to need a damage volume. Place it down and set width, depth, and height to 100, and set enabled at game start to no. Then set enable when receiving from channel 7, and then double back to your sequencer and just set this to start when receiving from any channel, and we're ready to start the game and test it out. As you guys can see, we hit this trigger and that starts the sequencer, and oh boy, here we go. Here comes the boom! As you guys can see, a few seconds after the nuke goes off, we die, and that is how you make a working nuke in Fortnite Creative. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to check out this video on how to get rain in Fortnite Creative. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, stay up.